for these interviews, so welcome. Thank you for being here. We have about 1 more minute. And so, yes, thank you for being here. And Stephanie, do you notice anything different outside of the tent tonight?
Um,
Oh, wait.
is there an echo?
Yeah, let me turn it off. There.
Okay, so I'm trying. It feels like I'm outside of the tent doors, but it feels like it's off to like wool, like warped to the. It feels. I have a feeling. Um, I, I'm just. I have a feeling when I walk through, I'm gonna get like, like last time. It just. I get. It's
Oh,
got
like
that.
flipped upside down, like the inner earth stuff?
Like, or like onto like Hecate's ship. It's got that flavor of like,
Drama.
yeah.
They love the drama. Okay. All right. Let's it's 8 o'clock officially, so let's begin and let's go in that tent. Let us know what you become aware of.
Walking through the tent.
My gosh.
Whoa.
What are they doing?
It's just weird. It's like, ah, it was like a transportation, and now I'm just in this really soft space, like a quiet bubble.
That sounds beautiful.
Okay, so um, I have Inky in front of me. And it's interesting. It's like I'm in a like it's this really protective bubble, but I'm like not. I'm like I guess maybe like in a space in his ship or something. But
Interesting.
um,
What color is the bubble? Is it any color?
it actually it looks like cotton candy, kind of like
Pink cotton candy?
pink cotton candy, and it's like really like soft and gentle, but it's like this like soundproof, like just this like very I don't know how to describe it. It's really neat. Inky's just smiling at me, and so I think this is where my consciousness is going to be hanging out while he comes in.
So this is the time if you're new to us, this is where Stephanie sort of takes a back seat as she describes it. It's like the back of her brainstem,
Yeah.
and she allows these other beings to come through and speak through her body. So
So yeah, I'm just gonna step out of the way and
and
I
just
look.
give everyone while you do that, I'm going to show them a picture of Enki that we're
Okay.
calling in. So this is the picture that came with Emily at Divine Magic. This is his alien expression.
All right, I'm in. Hello, Dale.
Hello, Enki. Welcome.
Hi.
So glad you're here. And it's so easy. It's you can if you've been following us for a while, you can see how easy it is for Enki to come in so smoothly. And if you've ever had a soul speak session, many of the beings that come in, they're very much it takes a minute, especially lately. Like it takes a minute for them to adjust to the body. So I think that's really
Yes. Uh, um, Stephanie's uh, receiving her upgrades pretty well. Definitely when she works with a lot, when she works with a being a lot, like she calls in myself and the rest of the Council of Nine and works with us daily. So there's a familiar, easy transition in and out energetically. Plus, she's integrated and worked with us throughout the weeks of the first run of the interview. So it's been a real, those one-on-one weeks were real helpful to create, I guess, an energetic match for easy communication through her vessel. It's pretty neat.
it is pretty neat. Okay, and in a very short amount of time, just very advanced. Okay. So, yes, today we are channeling Enki of the Council of Nine, returning for Enki 2.0. And I want to just remind everyone that we've had an interview with him before. And in our first interview, we explored his role and in human design and the human body. So tonight I wanted to take it further into like the human potential alien expression, and what it means to use the technology we already carry. Okay, so to start us off, Enki, you mentioned that you really want this today to focus less on really you personally and more on helping us understand ourselves better. Why is that so important to you right now?
It's most important to me how I want to basically describe it is to give you guys a little bit of a help, like the owner's manual for your technology, your vessel, from the guy who conceived and designed it. So this it's important for me for you all to understand how precious your bodies are and what capabilities you actually have. So this is kind of like a yeah. Let's focus on getting you guys used to operating your technology more harmonious and so yeah. This is I'm really excited about this topic.
Me too. Me too. I was very excited about these questions. Okay. So, what stage of development would you say humanity is currently in from your perspective?
Still, currently, humanities you're still in the it's still very very early on in the transition into um, full DNA awakening, but in the beginning, but you know,
Right.
over the huge threshold, and this is why we're having these conversations, and your world is shifting and changing as you know it. So, um, uh, I think everybody who's viewing can get a good concept as to where humanity's at. It's definitely
Yes. I feel like that question is just for the time capsule of this. One day people will be rewatching this from the past or the future. Okay. So then as you were hinting at or saying very actually, you're talking about that we are closer than we realize to basically activating these abilities
right.
that we think might be rare or special. But what would you like to say about how rare or special they are?
They're not rare or special. It's built in stock settings. They just have been dormant, and you know, they're like the settings on a piece of kitchen equipment that you never use because you just were never aware of. Um, and so every single breathing human being, even as you know, that's awake and conscious and actively working on integrating their source connection and seeking their inner divinity.
Mm-hmm.
It's like once you take that step, it's like okay, let's start turning on some abilities. But things are going to come online for people um, at their own paces. But there's definitely aligned trigger points in certain people in individuals' lives and storylines that your some gifts won't come online until a specific time and place that's been designed by your highest self um, to engage some of these abilities. So it just varies from each case.
Okay, thank you for that. And when you say they're dormant, is it like in our DNA, like our junk DNA that
No,
scientists label it as?
yes, and so it's dormant. So how you activate this dormant DNA, it's not just like it's just gonna turn on all of a sudden. You actively have to do the work to remove old beliefs that don't serve you anymore and remove things that you're aware of that are a cyclic thing that you just keep looping into that's not serving you. You make this room and then you start nurturing your nervous system and nurturing your body, and then that sends your connection to source and your spiritual connection help activate this DNA. So there's a lot of factors. There's also factors as a whole, as humanity, and as you're rising with Gaia, in frequency, that will also awaken DNA. And then you can also kind of speed it up if you get to a point where you're actively embodying your spirituality as your way of life. Then it's going to, as much as you put into it is how much you're going to get out. And it's all putting it into yourself.
So it's a mix of tending to yourself, the daily meditation, but also waiting for some divine timing. Like sometimes you're just up against time.
Yes. Yes. It's like, and it's that, you got to get over that hurry up and wait and just be in the moment. But there are instances, and there are people like with your own awakenings. I'm sure each of you can be like, well, I feel that when I woke up was the appropriate time. Anytime before, I probably wouldn't have been quite ready yet, or if my gifts came online too soon, I would end up on a different timeline. So it's all for the highest and best good where you're at, but it's also you can change what timeline you're going on by acting like the version of self that has these gifts and abilities. By
Already. Interesting. And someone is asking, is it time, but also maybe collective frequency that maybe is like a trigger for some of these, like, okay, latent gifts can come online because we've reached this other threshold. Does that happen as well?
there is that, and that's kind of what I was talking about. Like as you're like the activations are some are going to be automatic through a collective rising. Yes, because your consciousness is rising. So as a whole, the ability to perceive your reality differently will shift, but it's also up to the individual to explore even further.
Okay, thank you for that. So, if the human body is technology, as you're saying, what would you say was its original purpose to make us all capable of all these amazing things?
For a base short answer, uh, well, I guess also from a scientific curiosity, and also the concept of what this place is, and wanting to see how how much a soul, a spiritual being, consciousness can be embodied in the physical, and so like essentially like it's an experiment. So, but it was the curiosity of spirit having a physical experience and an individualized experience, and so this isn't the first kind of concept, because there's incarnations in on other worlds, planets, universes,
Right.
so on. But this one here with humanity is quite unique because the range of emotions and the polarity on this planet and this this place. So
We're like the wild, wild west of the galaxy.
indeed,
Incarnate
indeed,
here.
way out there, way, and just tucked away. Very,
We're
very precious project.
the boonies of space.
In the movies of space, yes, go for it. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we were built for more than just survival, which is what we've been using our bodies for basically for a while now. We've been stuck in the survival mode.
Yes. So, uh, you all have been operating up until probably the last 15 years. Majority of the Earth population been operating just as a body. You weren't connected to your like higher mind or anything. Just real, just in the physical part of it. So
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. Go ahead.
now we got minds opening and hearts expanding and people coming together and raising their own frequencies and raising the frequencies of those around them. So it is, to be honest, for me, because I hold humans very dear.
Mhm.
Um, it's quite incredible to be witnessing um, all of you here having this physical experience and actively participating is really special to witness the awakening, the great awakening in humanity. So,
No, I imagine. It's like they're finally getting it down there. They're finally getting it.
to tell you the truth, when it was like coming to like, are we gonna do another? And then this came through. Granted, there's a lot of personalities that have to meet on the same level, and so it's uh let's just say I feel like we're harmonized right now, so this is good, and humanity's starting to really show, like, you guys are doing the work and showing yourselves and showing the planet um that you came here to play ball. It's and
As Stephanie and I always say to each other, like, we're all in. We're all into this. Like, I remember in the beginning of our awakening, you're just dipping your toe. You're like, I don't know. I don't want to be the crazy one. I
yeah.
want to go back to normal. But then you finally get to the point where, like, nope, I'm all in. I'm all in. I'm willing to stake my entire reputation on this, on helping everyone as much as I can. So, yes, there's more of us that are all in.
And a lot of gratitude goes out to everybody who's all into yourselves and all into just
Sharing truth.
sharing truth and being in expressing your authentic self and like the surrender to yourself. Really, it's so um, yeah. I do get a little sappy and sentimental
I
about this
love it.
stuff.
I can see you almost like wistful, like teary eyed.
I do hold I do hold you guys in a very special place in my heart. So
We're so appreciative. So yes, if you were handing humanity a user manual for our bodies, where would you begin? What would you want the core message for us to be?
to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Core message. And to love yourself unconditionally. And I could go on and on with like, well, you've been created to as meditation as your way to connect to your team on the other side. You just didn't know, a lot of you haven't known that. So meditation, daily connection to your highest self and to source, Sophia, daily. And then, you know, it starts with your the way your mindset is. So if you notice that you think negatively and respond to things negatively, and you really, you become aware of it, you can stop and change it and replace your program. It could be program thinking. It could be, a belief that's been instilled in you just by the environment that you're in. You can really change the world by changing your way of thinking about yourself and the world around you. And so more of a kind, compassionate understanding for yourself first and foremost is the key to really stepping through your own portal and becoming a reflection of source for those around you. It is essentially what you can aim for when you truly do perceive the world more in a compassionate, positive way.
Thank you for that message. Okay. It's so true. And my whole motto of my website is heal yourself to heal the world because we're all connected in this invisible web. And sometimes it feels like, especially post COVID life, it feels like we're in our own little cubicle universes. And like, you know, I feel very isolated sometimes. We're all connected via this internet web. And so it's so similar. It's like if I help myself and raise my life, make my life, my slice of the pie of this world more like heaven, it's like it ripples out into everywhere else.
That's exactly it.
Okay. So I would like to hear what you have to say about what happens to our bodies neurologically and energetically when we start a spiritual practice of let's say, what daily meditation of the intention of connecting to your higher self.
Everything in your life, in your physicality, your mental body and emotional body will change to connection through meditation and um, connecting with source. It's that's how this was designed, to forget and then to remember and to embody and return. And so meditation is the activation for your soul to enter your body, like fully embodiment, not just a physical body that's on survival operational mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like you are connected and receiving and embodying source energy, frequency, and your own unique tone that you bring to this beautiful orchestra.
Mm.
So if you really want a healthy body, a healthy mind, and a happy life, starts with going within and meditating.
I love that. So someone's asking a good question, which reminds me of a story. They're asking, does music meditation count? And I know your answer will be yes, but I had one of the first few times I think I successfully meditated. I set up my music on my phone, went down like, okay, my intention was just to learn about the halo because I was like, I don't think it's just a stationary crown like we put on like, South Park episodes and things like that. So anyways, I went into meditation, listened to the music, and I did feel like I want to describe it as going from like first gear to second gear. If there's like a car, like feeling like I went deeper than just being in my regular headspace. And it was really cool because as soon as I did feel that deepness, where I was like, oh, okay, something feels different. Like it feels like a different gear. My phone rang and my brother called and he was like, there's a package that just arrived. I was like, what? I opened the package that did in fact just arrive in the last 10 minutes of my meditation beginning. And it happened to be like a toy that called a super loop, which was a string that moves so quickly that it looks like it defies gravity, which was like the exact thing that was going through my head. I'm like, it's not stationary. The halo must be like a moving string of energy that moves so fast it defies gravity. And then boom, it arrived on my doorstep. I think like that's one of my favorite stories of knowing like that was a moment where I was like, oh my God, you all are listening to my thoughts
Yes.
in real time.
In real time.
In real time.
We really are like your guides, your team, Pantheon, whatever, whoever you're working with. That's, you know, we're definitely involved in every little detail. Listening there, supporting, helping, and so it's very exciting for us to witness. On the other side, to witness the those kind of magical moments that gives you that tangible, like, I'm not alone and this place is working with me. Things are happening for me.
That's very true.
Yeah.
What would you like to say about maybe some advice? Because that was probably a rare time that I felt like, oh yeah, that's a different gear that I got into. What would you like to say to maybe help people get into that sweet spot when meditating, when they feel like the thoughts are just so loud at times?
Sink in. Just imagine going deeper, and as all the thoughts are going on, just like imagine like a white ball, and that's your just imagine it as your frequency ball, and going through each chakra all the way down to your root, and just letting yourself drop as you hit each chakra. So like, you'll go from your crown. I mean, you guys can do all the 9, but just for visualization, you start from above and just call it clicking down, and just kind of click down in your energy and focus on that, going down each chakra. And then you can go back up, and you can do it with like taking a deep breath in and out each chakra, and then in and out up each chakra, because you'll start focusing on doing that instead of on all the thoughts, and you're meditating and activating your chakras, and not it's keeping your mind busy too, because you got to remember what chakra you're on.
That's true.
So there's that. And then also as well, if you start to get really good at practicing feeling your energy within your core, within your heart space, like your baseline frequency and sources, you can tune into that low hum in your heart and just sit there, have your consciousness kind of sit there, and then all the thoughts that are going on can just fall at the wayside, and you can just observe and not attach to any of them. So it's an observation technique, and that is actually a really good exercise to work on doing, is just observing the thoughts that are coming in, because they're not all your thoughts. And that'll also help you discern and decipher that, hey, that thought didn't come in from me, or, oh, that's an interesting thought that I heard. That might be, a guide talking to me. So understanding your core baseline and sitting there, and then observing all the other stuff that comes through. It'll help you understand what's yours and what's not. And then communication from the other side really kicks into gear.
Yeah, that makes sense. In our most recent Divining Rods practice with Merlin, the topic of thought seeding popped up, and we'd asked, like, if I were to walk into a grocery store thinking about, let's say, aliens are on my mind, we asked, like, would that thought sort of seed itself in the people around me in the grocery store? And the answer was yes. And so it's like we're unknowingly picking up people's radio signals, basically.
Yes, and
thought bubbles are coming in whether we know it or not.
And that's another thing that's going to start really coming forward, is with unity consciousness, and everybody starting to tap in. Telepathy is going to be a thing, so you're going to have to really be mindful of what you think and how you express and feel, because there's going to be eventually no hiding how you really feel. Like, masking is going to fall away at the wayside as you guys continue to evolve.
Interesting. It's quite vulnerable.
It is. Line frequency and sources. You can tune into that low hum in your heart and just sit there, have your consciousness kind of sit there, and then all the thoughts that are going on can just fall at the wayside, and you can just observe and not attach to any of them. So it's an observation technique, and that is actually a really good exercise to work on doing, is just observing the thoughts that are coming in, because they're not all your thoughts. And that'll also help you discern and decipher that, hey, that thought didn't come in from me, or, oh, that's an interesting thought that I heard. That might be, a guide talking to me. So understanding your core baseline and sitting there, and then observing all the other stuff that comes through. It'll help you understand what's yours and what's not. And then communication from the other side really kicks into gear.
Yeah, that makes sense. In our most recent Divining Rods practice with Merlin, the topic of thought seeding popped up, and we'd asked, like, if I were to walk into a grocery store thinking about, let's say, aliens are on my mind, we asked, like, would that thought sort of seed itself in the people around me in the grocery store? And the answer was yes. And so it's like we're unknowingly picking up people's radio signals, basically.
Yes, and
thought bubbles are coming in whether we know it or not.
And that's another thing that's going to start really coming forward, is with unity consciousness, and everybody starting to tap in. telepathy is going to be a thing. So you're going to have to really be mindful of what you think and how you express and feel, because there's going to be eventually no hiding how you really feel. Like masking is going to fall away at the wayside as you guys continue to evolve.
Interesting. It's quite vulnerable.
It is. So you have to be comfortable with yourself and so willing to look at all your stuff and heal it.
Yeah.
So you just,
Wow. We're moving towards a lot of transparency. So
very, very much so. Not to freak anyone out, it's, you do live under the constructs of time. So
telepathy is inevitable. It's what we are designed to do.
it is. And if you guys don't know it, but telepathy is like one of your first gifts that come in, but you just disregard it for what it is. Like,
That's so true. I was actually reading a science article that was like, we think that babies are telepathically bonded to their mothers. Um,
yeah.
like I don't remember where the cutoff line that they thought it ended, but like years for years. So it's like, yeah, it is really literally stock. It's not the guacamole extra. It's like literally part of the stock base model of human body.
Exactly. It is stock. It is the key function. And you guys are blazing the trails and there are a lot of really incredible awakened humans right now, including yourself and the viewers. You all are like stretching into these abilities and curiosities and being being the brave souls that you are to experience the weird and the unknown, to show people. And there's some weird, it's kind of crazy out there. I'm talking about like in the spiritual world. So it's like, yeah, just know that you are all divinely protected and everything. Like, but like it can get, discernment is a very important thing to practice, and each and every one of your guides are locked in on helping you develop that as well as your highest self. So just know that like
It's all hands on deck mode now.
it is indeed.
So we were talking about telepathy, and that's a really cool gift. I wanted to kind of touch on, there are so many gifts, as we're seeing Stephanie display, her mediumship, channeling gifts right now. There's so many gifts, and not everyone is going to have all of them, right? Like, or not meant to, I guess. I guess it's probably physically possible if you devote the time, but
Just like anything, if you wanted to learn how to play an instrument, it just takes the dedication and the practice and the alignment. So some gifts come on stronger for individuals because that's their soul's choice, like main thing. So naturally, like somebody will be, clairaudient, no problem. Or, their clairvoyance is usually clairvoyance is one of the first like real big ones, because it's your sensories are opening up. But what I lost it.
that's okay. We can talk about like how can someone start to recognize what their specific abilities are?
Intuitively, because you'll start to notice things will seem really bizarre for you, like either if you're one that can start to notice that the energy in everything, you can see the energy moving around objects.
Yeah.
Or can sort of see like maybe the matrix coding, or when you start to realize that you're opening up and your tuner, your radio tuner starting to go what, and and then you can kind of start to perceive little fragments in your direct physical reality. So some people experience perceiving their physical reality a little bit differently, like all of a sudden, like maybe there's a big timeline shift for the collective and everybody wakes up and it's kind of like, things feel or look, or the energy feels a little different, so that there is an observation of, hey, there's clairs coming on because you're noticing you're perceiving things differently. And it's just subtle little things each day, and you naturally open and evolve them. Now, if you're like so gung-ho focused on and like really honing in on it and suffocating it, it might be a little bit too, it's one of those like desire release, like want to open this up. You say to yourself, like, I am the person that has clear audience, and state that to yourself. And then be like, okay, what is it like to be a person with clear audience? And you can imagine, how it would sound in your head, how it will sound outside of you. And just by stating that out loud and envisioning being that version of self that has those gifts open aligns you. And it's your choice to keep, just being open and noticing, and then also doing daily practices. Interacting with your guides is a big helper, especially if you don't have like clear audience right away. They can send you signals sent through your physical body, so you can communicate with spirit guides that way too. But learning a dialogue with somebody on the other side is really, I recommend for like creating a relationship with your coach, so to speak, because you all have mentors. They're just invisible to you right now.
Yes, and quick little plug, that is why we developed the Soul Speak session. So if you're interested in talking with your guides in this manner through Stephanie, connect with us. Look in the link in my bio. So going back to tools like human body skills, something else that I feel like is shifting, and that was a topic today, but I want to hear what you have to say about manifestation and how, like, is that a default stock ability as well? Everyone has the ability to manifest.
That's what this place was created, around as well. And you all are master manifestors outside of this place, outside of this realm, outside of this plane, because your thoughts literally create instantaneously. So a lot of you who come here, like, so used to, and on the other side, just creating instantaneously, come here and you're like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. But do know that the more you become more capable of holding more energetically, the quicker you're gonna manifest, the quicker you're gonna see a response from the universe, because it just wants to. But it's getting your physical body, your mental body, and your highest self, your source connection, all in alignment, and you can call in anything.
Yeah, it's like instant in a way.
And if you're not in alignment and you're not operating from good intentions, it's gonna backfire, and you're gonna end up cycling out.
Yes, I feel like that is something that's being sort of dialed up a notch too as we shift, is like it's just becoming more obvious that those with bad intentions, those things do not work out. It becomes obvious and it's just a mess.
And another thing that all of you are probably becoming more sensitive to is when something doesn't feel right and you're like, God, that doesn't sit right with me. I don't like that. And that's good, because it hasn't been a factor for a very long time of being like, well, that just doesn't sit right. I'm going to listen to that instead. I'm not going to take this objective. Yeah. And so that's also another ping of your clairs opening up, is really starting to stand in your own power. Be like, and learning what you like and what you don't like.
It's so important. That was actually on my healing journey of realizing, like, oh my gosh, I don't even, when you start hearing that joy and authenticity are super important always, but especially right now, If you are a person who was never allowed to express yourself, like most of us out here, that can be really daunting. Like, who am I? What do I even like? What do I not like? And so just the idea of being like, I don't like how that feels is such a. I remember when I first started flexing that voice and it felt so liberating, but I was like, I don't like this. And I think I've just endured this entire time.
And that's part of the stuff that you work through and discover. And this works, this doesn't. I like this, I don't. And then when you get a better understanding of what you do like and what you actually want, and you feel that you want it, you create it, you manifest it.
Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Okay, thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, and so moving towards the section of activation and development. So we already talked about the practices that help accelerate this awakening of the human abilities, meditation. What would you say is something that you'd like to highlight as something that might slow it down?
Come again, sorry.
What would you say is like a practice or mentalities that might slow down your ability to like start turning on your clairs and connect within?
If you could continue to give your power away, and by that, just give it, just that is what giving your power away will completely just help backfire you. And also just if you well, I want to say like if you just stop like doing what you're already doing, like, but it's like that saying that everybody's been saying a lot. It's like once you get onto your awakening path and you're awake, you can't go back. So it's like if you just stay stopped at a plateau and you're okay there, then you're just going to create new cycle loops. But if you're one to have already like broken out and started breaking out of cycles, and you stop, then you're just going to plateau there. So it's a climb. We're always climbing. All are like spiraling up, and expanding and growing and learning.
Yes, we are. What would you like to say? Because, those of us who are awakened, it's still hard because we're still kind of teetering on two timelines, it feels like. What would you say a balanced, awakened human's day to day would look like now, even when things are kind of kooky and in between, and we're still kind of, what would you say we should like, I guess, I don't know, want to say aim for, but I think you know what I'm trying to ask. Like, what would you like to say to us who are like, what does that even look like to be balanced in this time?
To be balanced this time is wake up grateful, hold gratitude in your heart, honor your body and honor yourself. Take care of yourself and enjoy being in the present moment, feeling the feelings, the emotions that you came here to feel. Enjoy the delights that you enjoy being, in this physical body. And then also let go of judgment of self and others and just hold peace. So gratitude really helps you anchor into a peaceful moment. And a balanced human right now is one that is holding peace within and balanced within, and everything else around them can shift and move and rock the boat. But being a balanced human is just being able to stand in the chaos and be okay because you know what you came here to create. And this is the phase, this is the part where you hold the light that you anchor in. And then while you're doing that, you're manifesting and calling in the world that you want as the world is making room for what you're calling in and creating.
I really love that answer. Thank you so much, Enki.
You're welcome.
How would you like to tell people who advice on maybe staying functional in this regular 3D life while they're in the process of opening up spiritually as well?
Baby steps. Just start with because there's a lot of shifting going on and deconstructing in individuals' lives right now, and a lot of shifting and changing. And so it's just be really gentle and kind with yourself. That is key. Treat yourself with the utmost love and respect and compassion as you're navigating through really big life changes. And do know that things are happening for you, not to you. So try to look at, okay, this really big shift in my life, like a job or having to move or a breakup, or you're moving out of alignment with, and this is the time right now where a lot of stuff that doesn't resonate with you is shaking up and falling away at the wayside. So you got to be okay that you're making room for better because you want better. And yeah, I hope that kind of helped cover it.
That really did. Thank you. Because yes, it's like shifting sands time. We're in the who knows what's gonna fall up and down. We're all in a
It's just
fun time. Just trying to
relax,
stop this. Yeah.
relax, and know that things are coming for you, or happening for you, and you're supported, and you're loved. And a lot of fear is going to come up, and if you get fear, don't push it away. Ask your team and your higher self for assistance if you feel the need to look at the fear and figure out where it actually stems from and follow that thread and heal that and release it. You're so supported. And when you start working with your team to help you do shadow work, you're building not just, your energetic foundation, but you're also creating a stronger dynamic with your spirit team.
Very true. Thank you. Okay, now I want to kind of shift since this is like the whole theme of the 2.0 series with the council again is this alien aspect of yourselves. And I wanted, Hecate did such a great job describing her ship and everything like that. And I kind of wanted to give everyone a chance to describe what does your ship look like. But before we get to the ship, I just remembered you had Stephanie put in like the pink bubble at first when she first came in here. And so first, did you want to explain the bubble and then we'll move to your ship?
So the bubble is just a comfortable place for her consciousness to sit, and she is receiving some upgrades and downloads just in like her consciousness is like resting in a spa in my and we'll call it, it's like in a, it's a lovely container, but it's
You could immediately tell when she got into the bubble. I'll have to rewatch it, but it's like she did immediately relax. She's like, "Oh, this is nice." And so I love that she has this little spa while we're working out here. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. So she's just in a very it's like it's like a big hug. So but it's I didn't take her necessarily to my mothership. I just brought her to this it is a craft, but it's just kind of a special place I created for her to hang out in today.
I love that.
Yeah.
The craft you created, the bubble itself is the craft, you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
So
that.
it's just like this little, it's like a little soft spa bubble for
I love that.
consciousness to rest in. Well, I'm utilizing her vessel. So
Okay, well then, since you didn't take her to the mothership, take us to the mothership and
okay.
describe it to us, please.
Okay, so my mothership it's quite large. Just kidding.
You guys all compare, like, mine's bigger than yours.
You have no idea.
Like keeping up with the Joneses, but you're just like, look, he added on. I'm gonna have to get an atrium on mine.
Right. I do have I guess I'll describe like the shape of my ship, but it's the mothership is like like large quadrants really, and on the exterior it looks like a metal material, but it is a conscious vessel, and You can think, I don't want to use the word mad scientist, but you can imagine um, like the coolest lab ecosystems, many little universes, and I have oases of um, I want to reference to like there's beauty and attributes that are reflected from Gaia in some of the quarters of my ship.
Oh, I love that.
And yeah, it's like waterfalls and
Like all
beautiful
greenery.
lagoons and exotic, unique animals, not just ones from Earth, but really, really spectacular birds. And it's so interesting having birds in there.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot of different animals and species and stuff that thrive, and they have their own special, unique ecosystems that they reside in. So it's definitely a lot. It's got a lot of natural aspects to it. So I really,
Is
it,
that
it
unique? Is that unique to yours, you would say?
yeah, to mine, yeah, I created it specifically for uh,
Mission.
this mission for, yeah, this whole project. And over, I've been collecting and building, and it expands. And I always speak about instant manifestation, and so you can imagine that these things evolve and shift as as it does, because it's growing and evolving itself. And then also, like, I'm a part of it and it's part of me. So as I expand, it expands. So
Very interesting.
yeah.
Do you ever get to enjoy all these beautiful lagoons and everything?
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. The joy of being able to be in multiple places all at once, piece of cake.
Piece of cake. I bet that must be nice. I cannot wait.
Your soul, you'll remember.
Let's see. I can't wait for that part to become aware of it part.
And you are becoming more and more aware the more and more you have these conversations, because you're awakening not just your imagination, but your memory. So when you do get these flashes, these visions in your mind, that is also accredited to your soul memory.
Hmm. Okay.
You gotta trust some of that
I gotta
stuff.
trust it. I gotta trust it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I guess what do beings do there from day to day? Like what is I'm guessing since now it's like mission, all hands on deck. It's pretty busy these days.
It is. Yeah, it is pretty busy. So I mean, my ship, like, it's everybody has a working part, from the tiniest little organism to, you know, a giant being, a hominid being that decided to come and care for. He loves to nurture the bats. We have bats, and so what I'm talking about, this a cyclops came to reside on the ship, and he loves taking care of the bats.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Someone's asking how many places at once could you say, like, would you say your consciousness can be in at one time? Is it unlimited?
It's unlimited. It's quantum infinite.
Interesting.
So, and it is really hard for the human mind to conceptualize,
Mhm.
because it, that you guys got time in the way things are designed here for soul expansion and learning. So it's important that you guys don't have all of that open at once, and the ability to remember all that, so you can focus and experience, like, let's say what you've experienced the first half of your lifetime from this point. beyond, you know, and then here you are at this point experiencing it. Once you start kind of experiencing living in the moment, like being in the now, in the present moment, in your physical body, that's when you can tap into your multidimensionality and your oneness, is when you're sitting in your present moment. That's when your mind opens up, and you can, when you get to a point, you can see multiple screens or tune in, which humanity is capable of. But part of this whole thing is to forget, to evolve, to remember, and to expand further than humanity's ever expanded before.
Very exciting. I know it feels so far away, but it really feels like around the corner as well.
It is now. Everything is now.
It is now.
It is now.
Okay. And so I also found it really interesting when Hecate described like her home base. Like if you have a home base you'd like to tell us about?
Not really. Okay. I like to leave a little mystery.
A little mystery.
Let's just say I'm deeply involved in Earth. So.
Okay. And is there maybe something that you do want to tell us about that you enjoy to do in the cosmic world out there that's like fun, or that we would like, I don't know, something interesting that we might find interesting that you do?
In this expression of Enki, like as Enki,
yes.
What I like to do, we like to create programs like this.
So interesting.
And then if you go outside of that, beyond the Enki lens, I'll just leave that little seed there. Beyond that.
Okay. All right. So then moving on to where were we? Okay. To go into the Cosmic Friends department, because I wanted to give everyone on this 2.0 series a chance to bring in a guest of your choosing. Hecate brought in a mermaid, which was amazing. And so I wanted to kind of give you the floor. Is there someone you want to bring in for us to meet today?
Yes.
Did you want to preface the being at all, or just let it come in?
I will preface the being. Okay. So this being is very close to the dimension that the humanity resides in now, just a little further. His name is Sid, and he is of the DMT realm.
Interesting. Okay.
And Sid is typically one of the greeters in the waiting room, the lobby. And he will come through now.
Okay, so if anyone has any DMT questions, yes, DMT. DMT realm, this is news to me.
Yes, it is. This is Sid. Sid, hello, I am here. What are we doing? Hello?
Hello, Sid. Thank you for being here.
Hello, I'm here. Yes, hello.
What would you like to tell us about what is the DMT realm?
We are just one little octave beyond what you can see. And when you snap into our frequency, you can see entities and beings and creatures, even gods and goddesses and deities. But do know that I am a part of this realm to welcome others and to share multidimensional information. I will be speaking with you guys more, but do know that you have this ability to tap into this frequency that I reside in through your pineal gland and your spine. So do know that this is a natural ability that you can learn to tap into a dimension just an octave higher. We are so close, but you just can't see us. I'm going to step away now. You will be hearing from me again.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sid.
All right.
Wow. Okay. So the people are kind of interested in, would you describe to us if Sid has a form at all? What does it look like?
uh, Sid has a signature. He looks like a machine elf in a sense, but his form is transparent and not necessarily transparent, but he can come to you looking like he's a kaleidoscope, just multiple faces of like a creepy, not a creepy clown, but like a Joker.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, he. I think there's going to be exploring in your guys' future about the understanding of that realm and your current realm because there will be shifts and merging.
Yes. And as people in the comments are saying, DMT is a chemical produced naturally in our bodies.
Yes.
But yeah, would you say there's a surge in it when people meditate as well?
Yeah, when you meditate often and then start working with Kundalini energy and focus on just healing and clearing your pineal gland and actually doing like you could do breath work, but it's part of the motherboard of the spine technology and the pineal gland. It's like you have this built into you to tap into other realms, and it's just getting everything open and moving and cleared, and then using your intention and understanding how to move your energy around, how to work your energy, and then call in earth energy, and then also celestial energy too for assistance.
Okay. And so what do you have to say about the chemical aspect of it too? Like you can now go and take DMT, buy DMT.
Yeah.
Does it help awaken people's ability?
Yes.
Interesting.
It
Definitely have on my to-do list.
it meets you where you're at, but it's a way for your team to communicate with you as well.
Okay.
If you land in the right spot, it just depends on where you're at mentally and emotionally and what you're capable of perceiving. It's very individualized. Or sometimes if you're not ready and your highest self is like, no, then you're not going to get past the waiting room.
Yes. Don't do it because we told you. The people in the comments.
Not do it because
we're not advising anything.
No. Just saying that there is a realm
Yes.
that will be merging with humanity. As your consciousness rises, you'll start to become aware of these entities and you'll start to perceive them.
Okay.
So.
And something I've been thinking on, because this is something I've been wishing for. I'm like, come on, guys, give me the clear audience, clear voyance, everything I want to see. But sometimes when Stephanie describes what it's like, it sounds confusing and chaotic.
It is.
Or there's now voices you can hear in your head that you're like, that's definitely not me, that's something else.
Yes.
What would you like to say, I guess, to those of us like myself who are like, God, I wish I had this, but the reality of it might be a little bit more than what we understand?
Just trust that your highest self is going to open your abilities up that is best for your highest self's plan that they have in store. So there's reason. So with that in mind, when you jump into it's another part of not giving your power away and commanding your space in your field and holding your frequency so unwanted voices and stuff don't have an opportunity there could be some pretty pushy, annoying voices too. And it's a matter, depending on who your guide is, it's a matter of, and also what your highest self wants you to experience, whether they want you to be exposed to the kind of information that one could receive to, for, to become aware of things in the subconscious that need to be recognized and released. So there's that. So a lot of the noise that can come up in that is like, why am I hearing this? Can we address it? Let's let this go.
Oh, shoot. I was just about to ask. We should ask her if she's gotten the puzzle piece. Remember the puzzle piece someone just said? Okay, this shouldn't be as hard. Oh, wait, because she's connected to be assumed. Okay, good. That's one good thing. You have to, the puzzle piece got you. I'm going to invite you back if you get back on live. I have her on Zoom, so it's okay. All right, I see her. We're good. All right.
All right. I have no idea where it left off.
Yeah, where were we even? We were pretty much ending
Okay.
because we were just talking about, people's gifts and unlocking them. And I guess, bringing in the DMT elf, it's important because it's like you said, we're learning that this place is layer upon layer upon layer of dimension.
And that DMT realm is the first layer that you can burst through.
And so even if you're not taking DMT, you're still bursting through there once you start trying to connect and go.
Opening up, yeah. As you raise your frequency, you will be able to perceive. So you don't need to use a substance. That it's an innate ability. You just gotta get your body up there, get your body in your spine. So.
Thank you so much for all this advice today. Is there any final message for those listening who may be just beginning their awakening?
I know everything seems really strange and you're unaware of what's real and what's not, and just know that there is a community here that has been walking this path a little bit more than you have, and so turn to community, learn to trust and love yourself, and know that you're not alone. You do have your own spirit team that is with you. You just are not able to perceive them quite yet, but know that you're not alone. You are supported, and what you are experiencing is what your soul said that you're ready for. And welcome to the awakening.
Thank you. What would you like people to remember most from tonight?
Really, truly, to honor and love yourself. That's the key to this game.
It really is. It seems so simple, and yet it really is everything.
It is. Everything that we've covered all starts with treating yourself with the love and respect that you deserve.
I love that. That's so true.
I love all of you guys. Thank you all for showing up for yourselves. Thank you. I'm proud of all of you.
Thank you so much. Everyone is giving their love in the comments and telling you thank you so much, Enki.
So much
We really
love.
appreciate you.
I appreciate every single one of you dearly.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, Enki. Until next time.
Until next time, Dale. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
All right. With gratitude and love, we're closing this connection. I'm calling all of Stephanie's consciousness, personality, and identity back into her body. It's integrated fully now back into her body. And when I count backwards from 5 to 1, Stephanie's going to wake up feeling wonderful and rejuvenated and refreshed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wide awake,